Namaskar दोस्तों, welcome to Toxicology on Board channel. Today in this video we'll discuss about DABT question segment 2 teratogenicity study. Also we will discuss about ICH-S5 guideline which is related to reproductive developmental toxicology studies. Let's directly dive into the question. As you might be known from my previous videos, these questions are taken from ABT Design Executive and Interpret Toxicology Study Quiz. So we'll see what is the question. The presence of growth retardation, malformations, embryo lethality are commonly considered with what test? Options are segment 1 fertility and general reproductive study. Option B segment 3 prenatal study. Option C OECD guideline extended one generation reproductive toxicity study. Option D segment 2 teratogenicity study. As you know, the right answer is in green. The right answer is answer D, segment 2 teratogenicity study. Okay. So growth retardation, malformation, embryo lethality, they are done in the segment 2 teratogenicity study. Let's see what is the explanation given by the ABT. The endpoints for the segment 2 study are viability and anatomy of the fetuses prior to birth. This is the classic study for the detection of chemical teratogens, where the dams, pregnant rat are called dams, are exposed from implantation or mating to the end of organogenesis or term. Okay, so let's see. If you have seen, they have in this video I am also discussing another question related to reproductive toxicology only, ICH guideline S5. So let's see what is the second question. The potential for xenobiotic induced embryo-fetal developmental toxicity is best evaluated during what gestational period in rat? So we have to identify the gestation period in the rat to identify embryo-fetal developmental toxicity, where conception is equal to gestation day 0. Let's see what are the options. Option A is gestation day 0 to 21. Option B is gestation day 6 to 17. Option C gestation day 0 to 5. And option D gestation day 6 to 21. The right answer is in green as usual, answer B, and an explanation reference which is given by ABT. Let's see what it is. Gestation day 6 to 17 is the primary period of organogenesis in the case of rodents, rats, okay, and mice you can say. This is the period of development that is highly sensitive to teratogenicity. There will be certain period, window will be there. In that particular period only that chemical or xenobiotic need to be exposed. First trimester, second trimester, third trimester. Similarly in the case of animal species, whether it rat, mice or rabbit, whichever species which you are using in order to conduct reproductive developmental segment 2 toxicology studies are there, no, there will be specific trimester period will be there in which a particular type of development will be affected. So similarly for organogenesis, this particular window GD gestation day 6 to 17 is important. Okay, so the references which are given by the ABT are Castret and Dowell Clayson, 9th edition, page number 554 and 555. They're asking us to read table 10.4 and page number 568 and 570, table 10.7. In with respect to, you have to read ICH S5 guideline revision 3, and particularly this section 1.1.2.3 table 3 in that guideline you have to read. So let's see in our subsequent slides these tables what we can learn in detail. Okay, so that it will be helpful for us. Any question with respect to these particular guideline or this particular tables, if it come across, we'll be able to identify the answer in our exam. Okay, so first reference they told us, read table 3 from the ICH-S5 guideline. Okay, annexure 1, so and so they have given this one. So let's see what are the important points one has to remember with respect to this table. Table 3 is embryo fetal developmental toxicity study design for rodent, rabbit and NHP, non-human primate, monkey. This is preliminary embryo fetal development and embryo fetal development, rat or mouse, rabbit and NHP. Okay, so parameter is there. for particularly for main study, definitely GLP status is important. That is why it is yes in all the three species. And minimum number of pregnant females. Rat is 16, rabbit is also 16, monkey is 16. I'm not discussing preliminary embryo-fetal development. You yourself can go back and read. Number of dose groups. In the rat it is 4, including one control. Rabbit also 4 groups, control with low dose, mid dose and high dose. And when it goes to higher species, no, generally the ethics committee will recommend to use less number of groups. So so in case of NHP, they have given at least two. You can use more than two groups also, but additional rational recommendation, justification you need to give to the ethics committee to get the approval for conducting in so many additional group of animals, including one control. Okay. Next, administration period. This is where the question comes. Our question is asked from this particular thing only. In the rat, it is gestation day 7 to 17, or 6 to 17. In the mice, it is gestation day 6 to 15 or 7 to 15. In the rabbit, gestation day 6 to 19 or 7 to 19. And in the case of non-human primates, approximately GD 20 to at least GD gestation day 50. So this is the thing that you have to remember. This is the place, the key point from where the question was asked. And in the table, additionally, what we can learn is antemortem endpoints, PK, post-mortem endpoints also they have listed. Okay, coming to anti-mortem endpoints, clinical observations and mortality, body weight and food consumptions. So clinical observations and mortality, they are saying at least once daily you have to observe in all the three species. Coming to body weight and food consumption, at least twice weekly. Okay. Next, coming to post-mortem endpoints, these are the endpoints you have to see in the case of embryo fetal developmental toxicity. Caesarean section, GD 20 or 21 in the case of rat, or 17 or 18 in the case of mice, whereas in the case of rabbit, gestation day 28 or on day 29, you have to perform the caesarean section. In case of non-human primate, gestation day 100, you have to perform the caesarean section. Macroscopic examination, yes, in all except in non-human primates where it is optional. Gravid uterine weight, optional in the case of both rat and rabbit. Corpus lutea, implantation sites, live and dead conceptious early and late resorptions. Yes, in case of all except for here in the case of non-human primate. Gross evaluation of placenta, weight of placenta, fetal body weight, fetal sex, fetal external evaluations, all these parameters comes under postmortem endpoints which you have to do in rat, rabbit as well as non-human primate. So this was the table 3 which they have asked us to refer, go back and read. So let's also see table 10.4 which is taken from Clayson, Casratedol 9th chapter, ninth edition, chapter number 10, developmental toxicology. Please check page number 554. In this, they have given this table 10.4, timing of key developmental events in some mammalian species. So we have rat, rabbit, monkey as well as humans. Okay, there is a comparison is there. So different stages are there. Okay, developmental events, blastocyst formation, implantation, organogenesis. Here it is important for our with respect to question. Coming to organogenesis, in case of rat is 6 to 17, in case of rabbit 6 to 18, in case of monkey 20 to 45, in case of monkey it is 21 to 56. Other things important that you read is palate closure. I feel this is also important. Remembering all these stages, it's a bit difficult. It might be very much easy for the persons who are working in developmental, who are working as a study director in these particular studies, or those who people are particularly writing any data interpretation or risk assessment review on developmental reproductive DART endpoints is enough for them. They will be continuously come across these type of study, but other toxicologists might not come across. So remembering all these important stages, their days, it becomes a bit challenging for them. But at least you remember palate closure. In the case of rat, it is 16 to 17. Rabbit, it is 19 to 20. Monkey, 45 to 47. And in case of human, it is 56 to 58. Okay. Length of gestation, you try to remember. Okay. And other important things, I think neural plate is also very important. Implantation, blastocyst, all are in a way it is important only. Okay. So let's move to next slide. Next slide, they ask us to please go back and refer table 10.7 in the case of castatedol ninth chapter, page number 568, 570, table 10.7. So in this table 10.7, there is a summary of in vivo regulatory protocol guidelines for evaluation of developmental toxicity. So they have given segment 1 study, 2 as well as 3 study, and as per ICH 411, what are the fertility protocol, and ICH 412, what are the prenatal and postnatal developmental including maternal function, as per ICH 413, embryo fetal developmental. Some of this might overlap, okay. OECD guideline 414, prenatal developmental, OECD guideline 443, extended one generation reproductive toxicity. So in our question also you might have come across extended one generation, prenatal developmental. So try to remember the guideline number also and the type of study also. That becomes easy for you to identify the options. Okay. Coming to segment 1 study, which is fertility and general reproduction study. Segment 2, for our question, segment 2 is important. Teratogenicity test, and exposure period is implantation or mating through end of organogenesis or term. And the endpoints which a person or study director checks is viability, anatomy, external, visceral, and skeletal of fetuses prior to birth. And comment, shorter exposure prevents metabolic adaptation and provides high exposure during granulation and organogenesis. Earlier dosing option for bioaccumulative agents, later dosing to cover reproductive tract and developmental. Okay, similarly, like these comments are also there for other guidelines. Okay, so you can go back, check these particular pages, read this table in detail, because very beautifully they have given the comparisons also, right? So let's see what else we can learn from this tables as well as ICH-S5 guideline. From this ICH-S5 guideline, on page number 44, they have given a list, reference compounds, positive control example for qualifying alternative assays. So they have given some positive controls. I think those positive controls also are around I think they are around 33, I guess. Okay, this list is there. They have given which are them are human teratogen and maternal and embryo fetal level effect level. They have given MEFL like this, they have given in this ICH-S5 guideline. Okay, and also these positive controls, they have listed this toxicology, reproductive fetal embryo fetal noels, they have discussed, they have included like this table wise, and they have given this MEFL values they have given. Okay, so I would request you, if possible, try to go and check these tables. But you have to understand that this particular guideline is 120 pages guideline it is there. So try to read this in parts. Okay, and next important thing is there, in this particular guideline they have given some decision trees. So most of the time, no, these guidelines they have decision trees will be there, that will help the study director or whoever the person who is handling this type of studies know to decide. So these decision trees, there are two decision trees are there. These decision trees explains about use of alternative assays for pharmaceuticals expected to be embryo fetal toxicants, developmental toxicant. Use of alternative assays for severely debilitating or life threatening or late life onset diseases. So like this decision trees are there. What you have to do as a study director is that, as a toxicologist, before initiating any such studies, no, you have to see if any alternative methods are there, if a class specific effect is there. By following certain decision trees, can we reduce the animal testing, like that you have to check. So they have given here particular decision tree is there. Scenario 1, they have given class or mechanism of action suggest high likelihood of maternal effect or embryo fetal level is there. Then you have to follow this decision tree and check whether my chemical will fall under this category or not. Why I have kept these two decision trees here is that nowadays the examiners or the regulators, they expect us to minimize as much animal testing as possible as per 3R or 4R principle. So in the guideline itself nowadays they are giving such alternative essays or methods where based on class specific effect or other type of data driven supporting, can we minimize the testing. So better you read. Maybe the questions which I have mentioned now might not have this decision tree, but there may be one question based on this decision tree also in your exam, might be there. Okay, but I would say that still it is 120 pages guideline. Try to read in parts at least. Okay, then thank you so much. Be curious for any questions. Please comment or mail to arya.priyanka18 at the rate gmail.com. Like, subscribe, and follow my YouTube channel Toxicology on Board. Thank you. All the best for your exam.